Guys, it's time for the deep dive discussion.
Oh, yeah. Getting real deep.
This is something we've been trying to get to for a few episodes, and we've not been able to have time to get to it. So now that Mike's out of the way, we can finally do it.
Yeah, freaking Mike. He's holding us back this whole time.
I know. Dead weight. Howie's been begging to get this segment in.
He's like, come on,
I absolutely
guys.
have been. It's
begging.
my absolute favorite thing to talk about.
Begging
Yep.
to get in. We are going to talk about our favorite.
The Last Jet. Oh.
No. Yeah. Oh, let's just talk about Last Jedi and talk about how great it was.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be the ultimate Mike troll.
Yeah.
Guys, The Last Jedi is the greatest cinematic event of all time.
All time.
Ding. I'm just saying. There it is. Last Jedi was so good that there was nothing bad about it.
For Mike's wedding gift, I bought him the Steelbook of The Last Jedi.
Oh, I wish you had. I don't know.
Why
I don't know
am I
what
just
you
thinking
got
this
him.
now? Ah, idiot.
You should have pre-ordered him the tickets to the next Ryan Johnson
We
movie.
need
should have
to invent
coordinated
a
it.
time machine right now just so I can go back to give Mike the Steelbook.
We should have
The Last
coordinated
Jedi.
and gotten him a giant gift collection of Last Jedi specific.
Yeah, why didn't we do that?
We're
Like
idiots.
no
Signed
toys.
copies from Ryan
Yeah.
Johnson.
Oh, yeah. Sign stuff
Oh,
so that he
yeah.
can't throw it away because he know it has value. Yeah.
Call up Ryan Johnson, get an address just to Mike.
Oh, yeah.
Have him
To
do
my
his
biggest
voicemail.
fan, Mike.
My Ike.
My Ike. Yeah. My Ike.
Mike
Archibald.
Archibald. Is that what
Yeah.
he sounds like? Oh,
don't
I'm
think-
Roy
he's not.
Johnson. I'm
Roy
British,
Johnson.
I think.
No, he's
Am
not.
I British?
No.
Oh,
You're not even doing a British accent.
what?
Actually, that's the best British accent I've ever heard out of Garrick.
Yeah,
Okay, fair.
Easily, handily.
yeah, nailed it.
But yeah, no. Ryan
Crikey.
Johnson's just, yeah.
He's not British? Wait, which one's British?
Well, they don't say crikey as much, I don't think, as the Aussies.
Which one was it?
The
Ron
Aussies
Howard.
just, they step on a crack and they're like, oh, crikey.
Crikey.
I actually didn't
Snakes.
even crikey. Crikey a crack. Crike. Right?
Yep,
That's what they do.
I've heard that.
But we're going to be talking about our favorite Star Wars games / gaming moments, excluding Star Wars D6 tabletop role-playing game by West End Games, because that is clearly the greatest game of all time.
Yeah, of all time.
Of all
Of
time.
all
Wait,
time.
hold on. Let me
I want
roll.
to play. I want
Let
to
me roll.
play.
Yep.
We
I
still
was
have some
successful.
episodes to put out.
Nice. I know. We still have, and those are going to be a year old in no time. Last
Yeah,
time we got
in a year from when we recorded. Yeah, that'll
Yeah.
be a year old.
Yeah,
Yep, that's math. BM cast, baby.
BMcast, straight up. We need to get together and play soon. Just FYI. But we're here to talk about best games, the best classic Star Wars game.
Can we turn this podcast right now into a game?
Yeah.
You know
It's
that
a
I
game.
could. You know that I could. Don't challenge me because I will ruin the listeners.
I have thrown down the challenge.
Truth or dare. Let's
How
do
he's
that.
doing everything he can to get out of this segment that he wants to do so badly.
Spin the bottle. Let's play spin the bottle right now, guys.
Spin the bottle, Star
I
Wars
will
style.
go straight spin the bottle right now.
Spin the Star Wars.
7 minutes in heaven.
Spin the Death Star.
Skeletons in the closet.
All right, Howie. They're dudes on a train. You got to catch them. Go get them.
I pull out my
Spades.
blaster and shoot them all.
Old maid, but Star Wars.
Roll, shoot them all.
37.
Damn.
With a
Okay,
botch.
They're dead. They're all dead. Oh, with a botch.
I forgot about the botch.
You were standing in front of the train. It derailed and is now plowing directly at you. They're
use-
going to die on the
Hey,
plus
but
side.
you
I
You
get a
really
use
force
die.
point.
force push.
Yeah. You are not force sensitive, and everybody has tried to tell you this your entire life, but you refuse to listen. And as a result, the train is now ever closer. Garrick, it's your turn.
I have a bad feeling about this character point.
Character point. Garrick's got a character point. Howie.
I'm going to use a force point to mind control the train.
Unfortunately, you used your force point to on your negotiation roll earlier when you were purchasing a bandolier for extra power packs, even though we don't keep track of how many shots we fire. So,
All right. I'm just going to cut off its balls.
all right, the train has been deballed.
I win.
All right.
We won.
All right. Everybody you get 200
points
character points.
Yeah,
whatever.
I get 201 because I used the line from the
That's
movie.
right.
Yeah.
I steal your one though.
Oh no. Roll fourth wall break. Roll, what is it? Roll OOC. You ever read like the D&D, like funny things that people say during D&D campaigns, or you'll get like a whole dump of them on Imager and stuff like that. And I
invented all those
They
things.
always say like,
I invented it.
Elven Ranger OOC. And inevitably you scroll down and someone like top comment, what does OOC mean? Asking for a friend. And the answer is out of character. Because, there's conversations that when you're role playing, there are conversations that are in character and conversations that are out of character.
Only if your GM's a dick.
Yeah.
I mean,
I always OOC.
One of the few times I've not been the GMs when we were playing D&D and you were the DM, Garrick, and almost everything I said was in character because it was more fun for me. I didn't want to stop talking in character. Now on the flip side, anytime you role play with Josh, 99.9% of what he says is out of character.
It's true.
These things you got to keep track of.
Now, okay, I have a question.
Okay.
If I decide that this trooper over here is going to stop and smell the roses, can I?
Wait, we're role playing with Josh. I get it because it got really slow.
Can I roll?
Can I roll?
Can I roll?
Oh, my butt is sweaty.
Mike loved it.
That's playing with drunk Josh. He does that at the end of anytime anybody says something when he's drunk. He goes, I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Him out. Here
Girls'
on the
wieners
cat.
on everything in arm's reach.
Yeah, that's
Although he did play with us last time because there was a clamoring on Twitter.
Yeah. Yep.
Clamoring?
There was a murmuring, a great murmuring.
Was there a tweet by himself?
Probably.
The great murmur.
Yeah. But anyway, hey, let's knock this out. And if we want to circle back around, we could spend 2-3 episodes just talking about Star Wars role playing because clearly that's the greatest game of all time. But
Of all
Everybody
time.
knows that.
I'm going to go first. And I know we've done this kind of a thing before, but this way we're going to talk specifically about our favorite game. And I'm going to go first. This really, it's a hard question to answer because I love, you love all your children, really. You can't pick your favorite kid, even though you have one. Howie, I'm looking at you specifically because Garrick and I only have one each.
It's easy.
Yep. Mine's easy too. And I'm not even ashamed of it.
It's not, but
I don't
it's
see
not
what
my
your problem
kid.
is,
If
Howie.
it's not my kid, does it still count?
Yeah.
You can just play the gender thing and say you have to divide the girls 4 ways. So
Actually, Garrick's my favorite kid.
True.
Aw, you're
Sure,
my
he's a good
favorite
kid.
kid too, Howie.
He's a good kid.
That's not
you guys
how it
getting
works.
back together? I
don't think this is how it works.
Not healthy.
Well, Mike got married after he divorced me, so he has
So-
0.25% of Howie's Funko stock.
My favorite game, I have decided that today I will say my favorite game. And it's not because it's dishonest. It's just it goes back and forth. But I love the OG Dark Forces, man.
Yeah. Yeah,
I love it so stinking much. And it doesn't mean that I've played more Dark Forces than all the rest of them, or anything like that. Honestly, it's probably a toss-up in that case between TIE Fighter or X-Wing Alliance. But Dark Forces came out right when I got our first PC, right when we got our first PC, and I've talked about like having to upgrade the RAM even to play the game and stuff like that. But there was something like Doom was still really hot, and having this game come out like right on the heels of Doom, people were still playing. Like Wolfenstein was still new to a lot of people at this time, and Wolfenstein 3D. Excuse me.
Come on, get it right.
Yeah, but
3D in quotes.
No, but so yeah, Dark Forces comes out, and what they did was what I've read is that they actually that LucasArts actually reverse engineered the Doom engine to make their I don't remember what it was called, like Jedi engine or something like that. But they reverse engineered it and then they improved upon it. So one thing that Doom couldn't do is that Doom couldn't have multiple floors. you know, they painted in a ceiling there, but you could not have models inside of models. So you could not have like something over top of something else. So that's why there were platforms that went up and down and everything, but there was never anything under anything. There was no real Z plane. And Dark Forces, they improved on that with that engine. And so Dark Forces could have multiple level structures, things above other things.
Oh, yeah.
And so they also, even though the game was predominantly sprite-based, they also worked in, Garrick was making fun of me for this before, the ability to look up and down.
Quote, unquote.
But the engine, engine, it was so rudimentary that like everything would like stretch. When you looked up, it's such a giant stretch, like this perspective askew.
It was okay because there was a built-in like aimbot that shot up.
Yeah.
If you like shot straight, it would automatically shoot up at something.
Which is what Doom had too.
Yeah.
You know, with Doom, you never aimed up or down. So if the imp was up on the platform and 1-1, then you fire and it's going to hit him as long as you're pointed XY in his direction. But yeah, and so Dark Force is like, well, we can't let anyone depend on this craziness for aiming, but we'll let them look. And it's funny though, because you like approach a ledge and you like try to look down and you don't actually see any more over the ledge than you did before you looked down. But I loved it so much.
There's like groundbreaking when it came out too.
Oh my gosh.
Not only was like at the time, first person shooters were in their infancy,
yep.
like you said, but the story itself, like the first mission is you stealing the Death Star plans.
Yep.
To give to Mon Mothma.
Yeah, forget that Jyn Erso bullcrap.
Yeah, later retconned in Rogue One, but
yeah,
like before we had that, it was like, yeah, you're playing the dude what stole the Death Star plans.
Yeah, for all the people that went and saw Rogue One and like, oh, now I know how that happened. That was what happened for us when we played this video game sitting at our PCs in the 90s, was that, we never had any story as to how that shook out. And boom, here it is. Here's the guy what did it, and you're going to do it. And that's the first map. It's the first level. It's not like that's the pinnacle. It's not like it builds to that. It's like, nah, he just did this. It's on the side. He had an afternoon. So which here you had a new character, which remember at this point there wasn't a lot of stuff featuring new characters other than Zahn's books coming out, I think soon after the game came out. But so to I'm assuming to make the character impactful, they had him do this awesome BA thing right at the top, and then move on. It's like, okay, now here's the bigger problem. So that you're going, oh man, he just did this in the first level. Clearly, there's something to this dude to help like get you attached to this random character, paramilitary dude, operative, and I just. Couple that with like all of the MIDI music, all of the Star Wars music in MIDI form. Like, when you're playing like Doom and Wolfenstein, you doom, 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 but like you're literally getting like someone went in and reorchestrated all the John Williams music.
Yeah.
In MIDI, and it was amazing to hear all of that stuff while you're in these worlds doing these things. And like all games back then, going around trying to find secret passages and like filling out your map and everything like that. And what I mean by filling out your map is that the map would auto fill in while you found things. So I would literally go around like every line of the map and try to get leave no open spots on my map to make sure I've not missed any secrets. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh look, I found a secret room that's shaped like Max's head, Max the bunny. But the game, like it had moments that made me freaking nervous as heck. It had moments that made me like the whole sewer level or the Dark Trooper phase 1s and all those.
Oh, yeah.
Those were just,
they had the Dianoga and you went to all sorts of like different places. It was crazy. Yeah.
Every map was a different planet. Yeah. And then of course you battle Boba Fett in Imperial City.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but that was like the first visual representation of Coruscant we had.
Yes.
Because you went to Imperial
up until
City.
then, there was, if it beat Zahn's books, I don't think we'd ever even heard of Coruscant. The word Coruscant, I don't believe was in the game. It was Imperial City.
Yeah.
But I didn't know
it was on Coruscant, right? Yeah,
it was on Coruscant. But I'm saying, like, we didn't have any frame of reference to even understand what any of that meant. But then, boom, there's Boba Fett there. And we have to fight Boba Fett. And then somehow we killed him. I guess we just didn't check his pulse.
Yeah.
Under all that armor.
You could try to check his pulse, but the sprite of his death was only pointed one direction.
Yeah,
so you could only see his butthole.
Yeah, so it's like, I guess we got to check the pulse the rough way.
He would turn with you.
Yeah, because sprite-based stuff. That's what it did. But I freaking love that game. And I'm not kidding. Right now, if I were like thumbing through Twitch like you do, and I came across somebody playing Dark Forces, as long as it didn't look like utter garbage because of how low res it is, I would sit there and I could probably sit there and watch someone play through the whole damn game. Oh, I freaking love it. Freaking love it. That's me.
It's a great game. Rescue Fix Nadine. Blow up
those elevators. Yeah. Oh.
Solving puzzles.
Uh-huh.
Fighting stormtroopers.
Yeah, you were.
Good stuff.
And they actually had like voices. They had like little recorded, hey, stop where you are. That kind of stuff. That was still pretty new back then to actually hear someone say something that was more than just, But I mean, in Wolfenstein, you'd get the, halt. Yeah. But when, you play Doom, you just get like the, those sounds. So then you start playing Star Wars and, these guys yelling out like, and they sound like stormtroopers. I don't know. It was just amazing at the time. You guys got to understand. We used to have to walk 12 miles to school, up and down, both ways, uphill both ways in the snow. This was amazing.
It's difficult, to relate to people who wouldn't have been old enough to realize how groundbreaking this is. I don't know if there's anything like this that could come out now.
No, everything is so incremental now.
It's like, wow, it's like this new, relatively new video game type, and now it's got Star Wars in it. And you're like, I was a big Doom guy, and as soon as I saw someone playing this, I'm like, whoa, they made Doom with Star Wars? How do I get this?
Yeah.
This is amazing.
Yeah. There was like no question. It's like, I have to own this. I have to. Plus, if my parent, at the time, I was literally concerned that my mom would turn the corner, see me playing Doom, and just see guts and like satanic things exploding, and I would be in trouble.
Literally,
so as long as I'm sitting there shooting stormtroopers, I'm in the clear.
I'm fighting a demon with two Gatling guns on his hands.
Exactly. Not gonna fly back then, but yeah, she'd come up and she'd watch me over my shoulder and then just shrug and walk away. I'm like, that's right. I'm a kid. So good times. What about you, Garrick?
Well, I know last time we talked about books. I didn't mention the Zahn trilogy because I think that automatically wins, right?
Yeah, we said then that was cheating.
Yeah. But I'm not going to go by that rule with video games. I think this one would win. Maybe, who knows? But anyway, my favorite video game is Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, man.
And it may possibly be my favorite video game of all time.
Of all time?
Of all time.
Of all time. I got to do a shout out real quick.
Yeah.
Mike's wedding. I met a listener of the show. Shout out to Bailey, and he asked, he's like, have you played Knights of the Republic? I said, dude, I played Knights of the Republic on like 3 systems.
Yeah.
And every year I'll start playing it again on an iPad.
Yeah. I got
it doesn't matter that I don't play the whole thing. I'll just start another character or start over again.
Yeah.
Oh,
This game, I don't know. I don't know if everyone's played it, but it was a Xbox 360 game, a role-playing game.
Xbox One game. Sorry.
Yeah.
Right. Original Xbox game.
You're right. Original Xbox game. My bad. It was also on the 360 because I had it on.
Oh, yeah.
And I also have it on a bunch of other different devices and computers and stuff. Mm-hmm. But this came out, and what was so unique about this game when it came out, it was set like way back 4,000 years in the past. 4,000 years.
Yeah. The Knights of the Old Republic name is now synonymous. It's the game by that name.
Yeah.
But prior to that name nomenclature was actually a series from Dark Horse Comics.
Yes.
And as I stop and say it, a lot of people, I think there's probably a lot of people that don't realize that. Mm-hmm. A lot of fans that don't.
Not only like the Dark Horse Comics, they came out and they were back in the past and discussed all this, like the hyperspace wars and
yes,
Ulick
Mandalorian Wars, all
Naomi
this stuff,
or Nomi Sunrider. They
Yes.
actually built that lore into the video game.
That was the thing that, despite all of the other amazing things about this game, the fact that you would find little pieces of lore and like, oh, look, I just found, Ulrich Keldroma's, like, I don't know, gauntlet or something like something. And I'm like, oh my God, like, no one playing this game knows what that is. Like maybe 2% of us, 1% of us. That's amazing.
Yeah, and all these people from the hyperspace war, like on the Sith side, all their ghosts are on Korriban.
Oh,
and you can interact with them, and you fight some of them, and then you can get their stuff.
Oh, man. And that was so creepy because it's like, I'm familiar with these characters, and I'm going to see them for the first time, and they're going to be a scary ghost.
The greatest part about this is, like, so the storyline itself, right? I mean, there's no storyline experience I've ever played in a game that's like I've been so immersed in, and there's a huge plot twist in the near the end of the game. Well, almost in the middle, I guess.
Like, well, I would say it's like
maybe 2/3,
3/4 climax.
Yeah, 3/4. Yeah. So this huge bomb that drops, and I don't know. Maybe if you haven't played this game, you might want to turn it off for a second.
It's funny because the game's so old, but it's so good that you still don't want to spoil it.
I know it's so
because you could still buy it on a tablet and play it right now.
It's literally 15 years old this year. Yeah.
But it's like it's $5.
Celebrated the 15th year.
Oh my gosh!
And so you wake up, you don't know who you are. You have some sort of amnesia. And you're under attack, and you have to get off this ship. Yeah. And that's kind of how it starts. You have no idea what your character is. People tell you what you were, and you're like, oh. And then everyone who knew what you were is dead, and you have to kind of find your way in the world, and kind of
all the people who know why you're there are not there. They've all like escaped the ship,
and all your progression at the beginning is through dialogue, and of course you have the awesome battles with the battle mechanic is really cool.
Well, and even then, while you're doing that and fighting, you're hearing the space battle going on around you.
Yeah,
you're hearing you're hearing ships like fly by and like strafe by, and hearing like against the hull, and you're like, oh, geez.
Usually, I'm the guy who plays a game, and I'm like, cutscene skip.
Yes,
but you are. This one, I'm like, I'm going to read every dialogue option that is available to me to see what I can find out because I have no idea what's going on, and this is
exactly. So the game makes you want to know. You
play through it, and they give you, you get the overarching mission of discovering the Star Forge. And then through that, you realize that you were actually this character called Darth Revan, who was like this big bad guy. The
greatest Sith event of all time.
Greatest Sith event of all time. You were this Jedi who went out with your buddy Malik. He wasn't Darth then, I guess.
Malik Jones.
Malik Q. Smith, and you go out. you went with him, and somehow you came back evil.
Malachi McDougal, that's right.
And you were captured, and Bastila wiped your memory, and then they tried to reset you. And then you realize once you figure out that you were the bad guy that had started all of this off, all these dialogue memories come back to you in that cutscene, and you realize, oh crap. All these people knew who I was, and they really, really didn't want me to train as a Jedi to become bad again.
Yeah. Yeah. Like everyone was against you. The good guys and the bad guys have been against you this whole time, except for like the few of your closest friends.
Like when you fight Malik before you know who you are, and he's like talking to you like he's like you've met and your old buddies. You're like, why is he talking to me? I have no idea who this guy is. You're like, it all makes so much sense now. But and not just that, the variety of worlds you go to some classic ones like Tatooine, and and then you go to new ones and
Mimban,
and Manon, I think that's what it's called. Yeah. So
did I get Mimban? Yeah, Manon. I'm sorry, that's correct, not Mimban.
Yeah. So.
Oh man.
Really, the story is amazing. Everything about this game is great. There's nothing I don't like. Unless you go to like worlds in the wrong order, it gets kind of difficult gameplay wise. But
I don't know that I ever ran into that issue.
The replayability of this game is amazing because depending on who you take with you and your companion will unlock different storylines and different events, and will unlock more of that
much
companion
gear.
Story. Yeah,
so much different gear and abilities to choose from.
Yeah, and it's great. It's got to be easily my favorite game of all time, Star Wars.
I feel like that. Yeah. I could have easily gone with that one. Easily gone with that one. There've been a lot of hot wet dog turds of Star Wars games. There really have.
Yeah.
But there's been a handful of Star Wars games that I feel like are just genre defining. Yeah. I mean, we're talking RPG, epic single player RPG, shooters. I don't care what anybody says. And also, space flight sims.
Oh, yeah. I mean, space flight sims, easily Star Wars, like TIE Fighter, that whole series is my favorite flight sim of all time.
Yeah. Nobody does it better, bro.
Yeah, nobody.
Nobody does it better. No one has. Everybody tries. Elite Dangerous. Yeah, it's fun. Then it gets boring.
Yeah, sure does.
And I don't know. What was the Wing Commander?
Wing Commander, yeah.
Which everybody knows was closely related to X-Wing in more than one way. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Mark Hamill was in Wing Commander 3. Yeah. But like, those were great games too, but they didn't have the tie-in, the anchor to the greater story already. They had to struggle to create their own story and everything, even though the mechanics are very similar to those classic spaceflight sims. And that dude's got Star Citizen, which is what it's been in development for about 72 years now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's still not a game. I don't know, man. I want a new X-Wing game.
I know. Come on. That's why I'm pissed off at EA because they suck.
Well, you can't be pissed at EA for that because EA never made one and they're never gonna.
I know, that's why I'm pissed at them.
I'm pissed off at LucasArts for never crapping one out before they dissipated.
Now I'm sad.
What are you gonna do?
Well, there's always the MMO, I guess.
That's true.
Momo.
Well,
actually, the reason why I forced you to do this topic,
what,
was to trick you.
Begged and pleaded.
Yeah, it was a trap.
Oh no. It's a tarp.
Character point.
You have to answer questions now.
Oh, Howie's favorite game is trivia.
Dang it.
Boo.
My favorite game is reading the trivia questions and making you answer them.
No, you have to pick from Old Republic or Force Unleashed.
Well, I'm picking.
Are you trying to give Garrick a chance to re-challenge me when he's not broken down drunk?
Yeah, this is really going to test be an even playing field.
Star Wars trivia.
No pre-screening the questions to give me ridiculously hard ones because that just sounds normal.
Well, I'm going to have you pick a color.
Oh, noes.
For the other person.
Puce.
What? What's puce?
I don't remember what they are, so don't.
That's what's going to be fun because you'll learn.
Okay.
What color?
So Corey, you pick a color for Garrick.
Orange.
Is that the hard one?
I honestly don't remember what the colors are.
It says HIS.
Oh, no, I gave him history.
Oh, boy.
Shoot.
History?
What trio rescued Princess Leia from the Death Star's detention block?
God.
That would be Chewbacca, the Wookiee. Let's see, his buddy Han Solo, or his pet Han Solo, something like that. And the up-and-coming Jedi by name of Luke Skywalker.
Lame. Lame.
That is correct.
Lame.
Woo!
All right, so what color, Garrick, are you going to pick for Corey?
Not orange. Anything but orange.
What colors are there? I can't.
Orange.
Oh, yeah, he gets you. They're purple, blue, orange, green, dark orange, pink.
Pink.
I think it's supposed to be red.
Oh.
But it's faded.
He's pinking me.
Pink.
You want pink. All right.
Don't tell us what they are, though.
All right. What actor played the Chief Jawa?
Oh.
See? See?
There's a chief?
I'm having flashbacks. I'm going to have dreams about not knowing my class schedule again tonight.
It's a Chief Jawa. Did you make that up?
No. You want me to tell you?
I don't know. The Avenger.
Jack Purvis.
Of course it was.
Right,
Good
Jack
old
Purvis.
Pervy Jack.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, Corey.
He was in that thing.
Pink.
Oh, no.
Oh, and the rules are you can only choose the color once.
Okay, I'm choosing pink.
All right.
Wait a minute.
You can choose each one.
You each can choose the color once.
Gotcha.
What was Luke Skywalker's last line in Return of the Jedi?
Oh boy.
See, hold on. Tell you.
This is an easier one than the one that Corey had, but it's still not easy.
No. Because I know, I'm pretty sure I know what scene it is. I just got to remember the last thing he said.
Yeah, he was holding his dad.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, let me think.
And he's
So
like, you can't
sister.
die.
You were right.
Don't help him out.
Let's see. You can't die. You can never die. You're Vader. Everybody knows that.
That's what he says.
Stand up and dust yourself off, you piece of shit.
Yeah, you stupid piece of dumb turd bucket.
3 seconds.
You can't
I got
die.
nothing. You can't die.
Yep.
That's all I can remember.
I won't leave you.
Ah.
It's funny because he did.
And
I'll leave your ashes. That's what I'll do.
All right, Garrick, you have purple, blue, orange, green, or red to choose from.
let's go green.
All right.
Yes.
Wait, no, I get to pick for him.
No, I'm picking for you.
Oh,
That was Garrick's question.
that was Gary's question?
That's why I said don't help him.
I thought you were talking to him. I'm trying to I'm taking notes of what colors we're
Yeah,
picking
you
over
had-
here, so my head is elsewhere.
You had the Jawa.
Oh, right.
Yeah, Chief Purvis.
Chief Jawa.
Okay.
Pervin.
All right, green to Corey. What enemy vehicles did the rebels first spot from Echo Station 3T8?
What enemy vehicle did the rebels first start from Echo Station 3PA?
What enemy vehicles did the rebels first spot from Echo Station 3T8?
AT-AT?
Imperial Walkers.
That's a yes. That's
Oh, no.
Shut up. I named an Imperial Walker. So that's a yes.
That's a
Says
1-1.
No, it says the Moops. This is a Steinfeld reference. You
All right, Corey, you have red, green, blue, or purple.
Purple.
Oh, no,
right.
purple. What's
At some point, I'm going to forget what colors you picked.
That's why I'm trying to furiously take notes over here.
Who boasted, I've just made a deal? This is to Garrick. Who boasted, I've just made a deal that will keep the Empire out of here forever?
Is it Lando?
That is correct. I haven't been dinging.
Lando.
There, 2 dings,
The
one
Landonator.
Lame.
Lando Calrissian.
All right.
No, that wasn't lame. It was awesome. I got it.
Lame. He's got to pick a color for me now.
Yeah, you got to pick color.
Brown, orange, dark orange,
Wait.
green, no, pink, no.
Dark
Purple.
orange is red. There's
Maybe
orange
purple?
and red.
You want purple?
Red.
Okay.
Purple.
Red.
is red.
Well, we're doing red.
Red,
Red Dead.
Red Dead.
What alien? This is Corey. What aliens did Han refer to when noting short help's better than no help at all?
Oh,
Say it again.
What aliens did Han refer to when noting short help's better than no help at all?
It's got to be Ugnaughts or Ewoks. I don't think anybody talks about the Ugnaughts. Ewoks.
Ewoks.
Yay! We are
Nice.
tied
2-2.
2-2.
farts.
Oh, farts. All right, Corey.
Blue.
Wow,
All right, blue to
that's
Garrett.
geography, isn't it?
Should be.
Who disabled the lightning system on Jabba the Hutt's sail barge?
Who disabled the lighting? Or
The
lightning?
lighting system. Did I say lightning?
You did, but that would have been way better.
The lighting system on Jabba the Hutt's sail barge.
Sales barge.
Sales
The
barge.
one where he did the sales, all the sales,
All the sales.
the sales team on the lightning barge.
I think that was it R2D2? Was it?
No.
Oh no!
Who was
It's
it?
Princess Leia.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, she
Damn.
disabled all the systems when she aimed it at the deck. Just saying.
What's it was before that, I thought? Did she hit a button? Oh. Oh.
No,
Anyhow,
she stuck it in the port and disabled
You know what I'm saying?
the lightning
Gross.
system.
all right, pick a color,
Oh
Garrett.
yeah, that's
Pick
right.
a color.
You've
What?
chosen pink, green, and red so far.
Purple. Is that one?
Purple to Corey.
Purple nurple.
Who sensed Darth Vader's presence on the command ship during the journey to Endor?
On the command ship, which would be in this case the case Landa class the command ship. Oh, Vader was on the command ship.
He's on
Obviously,
the
it was Luke.
executive,
Sorry,
right?
Yes.
overthought really bad.
Corey's up by 1.
Yeah,
Damn.
I got one more right and one fewer wrong.
Fudgicles.
That's like doubly better.
All right.
All right,
Corey
I
to
gotta-
Garrick.
Green.
No.
Green to Garrick.
Green to
What?
Garrick.
What's the big city to residents of Tatooine?
Anchorhead.
Big
and-
city in quotes.
Oh.
What's
Did you say
the
two?
quote big city to residents of Tatooine?
The big city. Oh, not two big cities. Like not TWO, right?
No.
Mosfet. Mosfet. What? Say it again.
What is the quote big city to the residents of Tatooine?
The big city. Mos Eisley?
Yes.
I was hoping it was Tashi Station because that would have made me laugh.
Well, that's
so
an Anchorhead.
hard.
That's not a. It was either Anchorhead or Mos Eisley, right?
What about Mos Espa? That came later,
Yeah, that's too
earlier,
small.
later
They just
from
have
this game.
races
This
out
game is
there.
too old. Game's too old.
So,
Yay!
All right,
all right.
Garrick's got to
Garrick.
pick a color. He's picked pink, green, red, and purple so far.
Oh,
Orange and blue are left.
blue.
Blue. All right, Corey.
Ah,
Who blasted a hole in the wall of the Death Star's cell bay?
Your mother.
a hole in the wall. I believe it would be a hole in the grading system that was over the trash compactor, and that would have been Princess Leia.
You are correct.
Many
it's-
people might
I'm
accidentally
sorry,
say
it's Princess
Chewbacca.
Leia. Pronounced Leia.
Into the garbage chute, flyboy.
Boom.
That means that I have got to pick for Garrick red.
Oh,
Red.
Final question.
Final question.
Better hope you get it right and I get the next
you,
one wrong.
If you do not get this right, Garrick, you've lost.
Yep.
oh.
It's like bottom of the or top of the ninth, bro, or something. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Sports.
Sporting.
It'd be the top of the ninth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is a really hard question.
Oh, fudge.
Who is Han Solo's furry companion?
What color was the skin of Jabba the Hutt's Gamorrean guards?
Oh God.
Was it green?
Are you
wait.
asking me?
It was green.
You're supposed to be one telling me. Oh, yes, green.
I'm sorry. The color was Pantone 0497.
It was 3 days after I've had a cold booger green.
Absolutely correct. That's even more correct. Almost got extra credit, but I can't
do I
do
get
that.
0.5
All right.
extra points?
No, you don't. I said you almost did.
And Garrick's last color to choose for me is orange.
Orange.
Wait, I get to choose.
You get to choose.
Orange.
Okay.
Okay.
Orange.
That's fair.
Orange to Corey.
Yep.
What
God damn it.
what political body was dissolved by the Emperor during Star Wars?
Fudgicles.
The last remnants of the Imperial Senate have been swept away.
That is correct.
Yay!
Yay!
I win!
You win.
Yay!
Yay!
A narrow victory is the sweetest victory.
I'll get you next time, Corey.
I've proven
Next
time and again now that
time.
'twas a fluke. My God, the greatest fluke of all time when you won back in the day. The greatest fluke that ever were.
The greatest fluke I ever fluked.
They ever fluked a fluke.
Fluked it.
You gotta be careful with them flukes. So what are we doing? Are we role play now? Or are we just
Roll dodge.
I'm saying.
Roll
I mean, if you guys
Roll
want,
dodge.
if you guys want to role play, I tell you role play. We have got to do. You know what I really want to do? We've got those episodes that we did of role playing with like the big group. I'd love to do a couple small group things that would be a little more listener friendly to maybe as a introductory thing. Because I would say even the majority of listeners have never tabletop role played.
Yep.
I think that's probably a pretty dang safe bet. So I think that maybe that's something we should think about.
I think the majority of people have role played tabletop.
You think
games.
the majority of people in general?
Yes.
You are out of your mind. That is why you lose at trivia.
Oh.
Because you're out of the mindedness.
Oh.
That is why you fail.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Life
How
is
many
just,
stormtroopers-
Well, if you think about it, life is just one big role playing game.
People role play in the bedroom.
How many stormtroopers bit the dust falling down the Death Star's bridge chasm?
All of them. Because it
3.
exploded.
1.
Nope.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
They all died because it exploded.
Yeah. They all fell down the
But they
chasm
didn't.
of life.
They didn't bite the dust. He was like literally going. "No."
Well, why was
true.
it dusty down there? He had a helmet on.
Speaking of biting the dust, it's time to tie this one off.